I believe that we've all seen this video. I watched this clip of children crawling across the floor at a party, picking up scraps of food with their hands. You see, the image is quick. The video is I think it was some seconds. But it should shake us and awake us as a people. Because as Nigerians, we often speak about ambition, about global standing, about becoming a world-class nation. Yet, when our younger citizens are reduced to scavenging leftovers at a gathering like this, we face a stark contradiction. We celebrate progress while allowing dignity to be stripped away. The childhood of a human being is still one of the best times of their lives, so we have taken that away from these kids. This isn't, only a story about hunger. It's about what society will accept. Now, children deserve more than these discarded crumbs from other people's plates. They deserve consistent meals, a safe spaces, access to education, and simple respect owed to every human being. And letting events and scenes like this become ordinary is not a neutral act. It's a choice that normalizes dehumanization. We cannot allow this act of dehumanization continues in our society. And that choice sends a message about our values as a people. And it's a message that should trouble every well-meaning human being who believes in a better future. And it saddens me a lot that those that enjoy the privilege of the best of Nigeria are the ones have become the principalities holding that country behind with their nepotic and propagandistic agenda. And we must decide whether this remains a viral moment that fades or becomes a turning point that forces sustained action. And if we treat it as a latter, the hard question follows. Why are social safety net failing those who need them the most vulnerable in society? I made a video the last time. I was talking about how Nigeria has not been able to create a good space for people that are handicapped. Why do economical policy in Nigeria and development projects often miss the poorest communities? Why are people still feeling marginalized in a country that has tons of mineral resources? How can a nation with abundant creativity, abundant human and mineral resources, and young talent still allow children to rely on leftovers to survive? So these questions are uncomfortable because they demand accountability from leaders, institutions, and from all of us. So we must act proactively. In this, we cannot afford to lag behind and to allow these evil principalities continue to make policies that affect generations and people to come. Look at that video. That should worry and disturb every normal thinking human being that believes in humanity, though. So this is not an invitation to point fingers without purpose. I don't do that. It's a call to a collective responsibility to local government, to communities, to organizations, and to faith groups and businesses. And the federal government all have a role to play. So all the short-term responses must include step-up food programs, school feeding initiative, not the ones that they will do and then look for avenue to steal money. An outreach that reaches children where they are. Outreach, not self-reach. Outreach. How do we create a long-term solution that requires investment in job creation, healthcare access, and quality schooling, and transparent governments that help and reach the intended ends and not empty promises? We are tired of these empty promises everywhere because ordinary citizens matter too. The vulnerable people matter too. Our senior citizens matter too. Outreach is only useful when it's converted to, when it's converted into practical action. Donating, charity, volunteering time at local camps, and advocating for policy change and holding leaders accountable. And communities that organizes, demand transparency, and protect their vulnerable members are the ones that close the gap between shock and sustained improvement. Many people have turned NGO today to their own personal enrichment because that's what works. So, at the core of this human dignity A country's greatness cannot be measured only by infrastructure or by flyovers or by constructing new roads or by international accolades. The First Lady was about it, lobbying. So we must move above international accolades. A country's dignity is measured by how we treat the most vulnerable. So if Nigeria truly aspires this global respect, we must align our actions with true aspiration. Allowing children to be children. Because allowing children to be humiliated at that level for lack of basic care is not a tolerable byproduct of development. It's a failure of promise itself. We use $10 billion to go and lobby so that they won't call us a country of particular concern. But we have seen clearly that we are actually a country of particular concern, because this is concerning. So let this image and video do more than provoke momentary sadness. Let it become a catalyst for change. Because through compassion and organized civic engagement and accountable policy making, we can ensure that no child is forced to scavenge for survival. No child should be allowed to scavenge for food for survival. That is the standard of a nation that wants to be a world class and insists upon it. Not someday, but now. Now is the time. I feel so sad seeing this video today. We have to make better choices as a people. Instead of going up and down trying to paint a broken house, a house that's already dilapidated, we should work and see how we can start all over again. Either we renovate or we refurbish, but we must do something that is actively practical. This is not normal. What can we do? Feel free to drop your comments there in under the post. This is disheartening. Shalom.